How would you like a spreadsheet that can AI generate your data analysis? Extend into workflows simply by sprinkling a little JavaScript and HTML. Debuggable right in your browser. Best of all, open source and easy to share instantly to anyone with nothing to install and no headaches. Welcome to Spreadsheets-are-all-you-need Notebooks. I like to think of it as the markdown of spreadsheets. The power comes from its simplicity and flexibility, not its complexity. Let me give you a quick demo. A Spreadsheets-are-all-you-need notebook is a runnable HTML file. That's right, you can just send this to anyone, and they could double-click on it and run it. No local server or other software needed. That person can adjust and modify the notebook, then hit the export button and get a new version of the file with their own changes. It's like a file format that includes its own application code. The notebook consists of steps that contain data tables and code that you can create, delete, or rearrange. Here's a basic example that shows how a list of orders can be collected into a breakdown of revenue by product. When I tap Run All Steps, JavaScript code embedded in the page will calculate the results. But we don't program the JavaScript. Instead, we vibe code the data processing with prompts. Here, for example, we've asked the AI to create a table from product orders that matches the format of the revenue by product table below. The brackets tell the system we're talking about a table in this notebook. And under the hood, we pass information about the table, like the column names, to the AI. For example, if I want to know the percent of revenue by product line, I don't need to type a formula. I just add a new column and it's automatically added to this prompt. So I just regenerate the code and I have my updated data. I can then export my modified notebook so that anyone can run it on their data. In this case, we've finalized our workflow. So now I can pass it to my colleague, who can drop in a CSV of a larger list of product orders into this notebook and get the real results. And if they aren't modifying the notebook, they don't even need to use any AI tokens or API keys because all the data processing is self-contained in the notebook file itself. But that's not all. Because it's just a web page, it's easy to extend. Here's an example where we can just embed a simple HTML slider so users can easily adjust the parameters of the notebook, in this case, the profit margin, and get updated results. But we can also call any API that supports CORS or JSON-P. Here, for example, we prompt with the API for getting the exchange rate, and we get back a table that will dynamically fetch today's currency prices. This is perfect if we're doing any currency calculations and want the most up-to-date data. Finally, when was the last time you struggled with an issue in a spreadsheet and wished it had a debugger? Well, this one does. We just type console or debugger commands into the source code, and you can debug the data processing code using the familiar DevTools interface and without ever having to leave your browser. So, if you want to give it a whirl, go to spreadsheets-are-all-you-need.ai/notebooks to build your own. And if you have a spreadsheet or workflow you want to convert, reach out. You can visit our Discord server on the Spreadsheets-are-all-you-need webpage and go to the Notebooks room. Thank you.